Oh, baby. Oh, baby, did the Warriors need that win. And Shasky, that game may have taken 5 years off my life. All right? And that's Tim Roy on the call right here on 95.7 The Game. As we say, good morning to everybody out there on the roadways. If you're getting off your graveyard shift, good morning to you. Strippers, baby mamas, baby daddies, you know the drill. The list is just way too long. What I watched last night at Chase Center, Shasky, and what you watched on your television. Oh, by the way, good morning to Spadoni and Lubman as well. Look, the Warriors needed that win. They cannot lose 5 games at home in a row. All right? They had lost 4 straight at Chase Center. They needed that win. And now you get the Memphis Grizzlies. First of all, the Memphis Grizzlies, you ain't winning nothing. All right? I'm just saying right now, all those Memphis Grizzlies beat writers and John Morant talk about we got the West and the West is good. We're watching the Boston Celtics. That may be the dumbest good team I've seen in my life. No IQ. Oh, let's see here. Klay Thompson's coming on a curl. Let me go under the screen and allow Klay Thompson to shoot. Hey, Dylan Brooks, wake up. That team is dumb. They're fraudulent. You're good in the West. You're 0-4 in this West Coast swing. So you're not good in the West. All right? You're lying to yourself. The Warriors and this turnover bug and the inconsistencies.
How about the late game execution? How about the awareness of situational basketball when you get multiple rebounds and you're just chucking threes?
Chucking logo threes.
And they're not even good ones. Klay, too. Like, it's not exclusive to Poole's bad. I'm not trying to, but like, DiVincenzo chucked one. Like, there were.
The whole damn team.
That's the whole damn team. That's been my biggest. We could sit here and argue about trade pieces. Final 6 minutes, their late game execution by veteran players has not been good.
It has not, but miraculously. They're going on a 14-2 run when they were down 9, 111-9, the 102. By the way, the game started. Mully goes, hey, Bonte, let's watch the game in the tunnel, first quarter. Let's get a vibe. Let's see what the vibe's like. We're getting there. Arena's all hopping. First 4 defensive possessions for the Golden State Warriors. They call for a foul. Steph Curry gets called for a foul twice in the first minute of the game. It's like, geez. So these referees, by the way, I don't give a damn what Dan Dibley says. I don't give a damn what Matthew Steinmetz says. Sean Wright, this Greek dude, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, Matt Bolan, it was a circus act. The officials this season in the NBA has never been worse. It's never been worse. And that product yesterday that was on NBC Sports Bay Area and ESPN, that's a bad product. Adam Silver, get control of your basketball league. Get control. Because more people are going to tune out if we continue to watch crap like that. That was a tough watch, man. 3-hour regular season game, multiple fouls, bad play.
Ejecting your superstar of the league.
Who's in the last minute and a half.
Yeah.
What is going on in the NBA, man? It's frustrating.
For an act that had nothing to do with anything.
Unbelievable.
I mean, look, again.
You got the win.
Bonte.
24-24. We could all breathe easy. I'll take the dub.
You and I both love basketball, okay? And you know I do. I love basketball. What I'm watching this year, and I've been kind of on this the last couple of years because I've been arguing about this forever, this is unsustainable. And if you're a television partner, ESPN in particular, okay, let's just focus on the referees, for example. Number one, first off, the flow, the watchability of these games.
Oh, my God.
All right, forget right and wrong. The flow of these games is so out of whack. Would you agree?
The Memphis Grizzlies got fouled 9 times in the first quarter. Now, some of them were fouls,
okay,
but then I saw some situations where you could have called that a foul. You didn't. It's out of control. Memphis shot 11 free throws. The first quarter lasted 45 minutes.
And the inconsistency on hack on one end, no call, blow on a guy from three-point land over there, that's going to be called. We'll call some defensive 3 seconds. Right. We won't call others. Like, it's the pivot foots. It's all over the place.
When the 2-minute report comes out that said the Warriors were jobbed on 5 calls down the stretch, and you don't hold these guys accountable. Fine these dudes. Suspend these guys. Do something. You have to hold these referees accountable. There's way too much power. They're going to the challenge booth to try to get their shine on in front of the camera. It's not watchable. Last night was not a watchable basketball game.
So, okay, going back to the consumer and your television partners, because I think that's the most important. When you really want to make change, the people spending as in billions of dollars, they're the ones that are going to dictate things. So there's an official watchability portion of this, okay? And I also, you know what else I would throw in that bucket? Sometimes the dribble nature of the I have the ball-centric players in the league, which there are a bunch of them now.
Right.
And they're more and more, it seems like, every single generation. That's one element. The other element is you're really going to be throwing superstars out of the game? Forget the people that paid. There's only 18 or 20,000 in the arena, and that's a lot. And I'm not trying to diminish them.
No, but people pay. A lot of people go there.
I know.
And that's their first time. I met him.
No, that might be their only time.
Night.
No, that might be their only time.
I forget their names, but they're coming out the parking lot. His nephew's name was Isaiah Thomas. He named his nephew, or his nephew was named after Isaiah Thomas, the original.
Yes.
That was his first ever basketball game. Now, the kid enjoyed it because he had the late game theatrics, Warriors rally. It was a lot of fun down the stretch. But imagine that. That was his first ever basketball game.
Ponte. Is LeBron getting kicked out of that game?
Absolutely
for that act?
not. No.
Okay, the Grizzlies. I'm just using this as an example because everyone's like, well, that's the rule. It's a hard and true rule. We did this to the Phoenix Suns. If you leave the bench, what happens?
You get suspended.
Okay.
It changed that series against the San Antonio Spurs.
Did you watch Friday night? How many Memphis Grizzlies left the bench to go fight with Shan Sharp?
And nobody got kicked out. Nobody was held accountable.
There's no fines?
There's no fines,
no suspensions? No kickouts, and that's with time in between. The two acts. I just so don't give me this. It's the letter of the law BS. Again, I go more watchability, big picture, zoom out. Forget being a Warrior fan. I'm talking about a league partner. Let's say you're ABC, TNT, ESPN. Okay, you can't be happy.
No. Hell no.
You don't even know who's going to be playing.
Hell no.
Let alone the officials, the watchability. I'm telling you, they've got big problems.
They got huge problems.
They got big problems, man.
You know the worst part about it? You know the worst part about it?
Been on this.
You know what the worst part about that? Last night is half those calls in the playoffs will not even be called. Everything that's happening in the regular season, they were throwing out of the window for the postseason, and it's going to be it's going to be a backyard brawl. They're not going to call anything. There is no consistencies with the whistle.
Jordan Poole alone this year has been called for carry more than I've seen carry called in the last 35 years.
I swear to God, it's the truth.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It's just true. It's the absolute truth.
And I feel like they're just picking on him. Yet Luka is allowed to palm under ball all day.
John Morant does it every single game.
Giannis, I don't know. Well, and then there's the other part of this: the talking from the Memphis Grizzlies bench. You want to make this is the other part of the rules. They made it a rule where you're not supposed to jump onto the court and celebrate. Which all right, fine. Then shut up, Memphis Grizzlies, every now and then. Curry was jarring with them all game.
So this team, the Memphis Grizzlies, John Morant said, unsolicited, just out of nowhere. Yeah, we good in the West. We ain't worried about the West. We got the West. We're watching the Boston Celtics because we're going to the NBA Finals. Basically, what he said. You're not good, but how?
And by the way, what if they won 2 series as a unit?
It wasn't one.
Okay, one. Okay, one series. Excuse me, one.
They won the play-in game. You got smoked in 5 by the Utah Jazz, and you barely got past the Minnesota T-Wolves last year.
Right.
The T-Wolves blew 20-point leads in like 3 games.
They're coming out of our boy Edwards.
So they say they're good in the West. You know what their conference record is?
What is it?
15-14. Oh. They're 15-14 in the West.
So they're barely over 500.
They've lost 4 in a row. Apparently, they got the number 1 defense because Jaren Jackson Jr. thinks he's a defensive player of the year. The dude walks off the bus with 5 fouls. I've seen him foul out of like 5 straight Warrior games.
So cranked up. I love this.
This team gets on my damn nerves. And I told you last year I wanted the Memphis Grizzlies. I wanted to just humble these dudes. These dudes talk so damn much. And the league is trying to profile this team. The league is trying to make John Morant the face of the league. And he's talking about, hey, man, wait till you catch these hollow tips. Like, what? Or now you're trying to be a gangster.
But the irony is he is a great player.
Yeah, he's a great player, but you're not a gangster.
No, I agree with that. But Bonte, like the final possession for them last night, he goes flying into the lane, jumps up, throws the spin around pass to Clark for the dunk.
Yeah, it was a great play. You can't guard him. And Jonathan Kuminga, I thought did a great job.
But again, all these things we've talked about, have we even talked about the final 5 possessions?
No, we haven't.
Which there's X's and O's. How about them calling the circle? I was telling somebody, I run that play. That is a basic little AAU basketball inbound play, and Draymond calls it because they haven't run it all year, and it worked perfectly. And you know why? Because you have to honor the 3-point shooter, and the guy falls asleep, and you go boom straight to the block layup.
No doubt.
The Cardinals sin. The number one thing. You know what you teach? 3rd grade basketball.
Right.
You know what you say on an inbound play? They are not getting a layup.
Right.
Every single youth inbound play is designed to get a layup at the block.
And Jordan Poole makes a straight line drive cut. Didn't even need a screen. Just made it cut to the basket.
He was looking toward the 3-point line, and they weren't even. They were like, "Oh, okay," and then he just went straight back door.
Williams just had a brave heart. I mean,
but again, this goes back to not understanding situational basketball.
And then Memphis Grizzlies do not understand situational basketball
at all
whatsoever.
And then, by the way, we've buried the lead. Jonathan Kuminga's left-handed dunk might be a top 10 Warrior in-game dunk I've ever seen in my life.
So Jonathan Kuminga.
That might have been a top 10 Warrior dunk all-time in-game.
Jonathan Kuminga played 23 minutes and 44 seconds. And I said on a post-game show.
It should have been 40.
I'm disappointed he played 35 minutes.
100%.
And now, this is why plus-minus is a joke. In the first half, Jonathan Kuminga was the best player on the floor.
What was he, a minus 700?
He's a minus 16.
Of course.
Yeah, he has 13 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 and 6. So you can't tell me that he was being impactful. And he's slowing down because he doesn't want to get benched. So even on fast breaks, if he's at the three-point line, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to take the shot. I'm going to make the extra pass.
And he made some really nice passes yesterday.
He's a smart player. He's getting better and better by the game. But back to the Grizzlies for a second, because these frauds, these clowns ain't winning anything. Ain't never winning the title.
But this is the problem with the NBA. We're talking about teams and narratives and officiating and not talking about the actual game.
This team is second in the West. I would be okay with, hey, the Warriors, you want to be the 7th spot?
Yeah, I'm
play the play-in game. Yeah. Go play the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. And bounce them out in 6 games.
Yeah, I agree.
Easily. I mean, that is just I can't believe how dumb they are as a team. I mean, that's the word. I don't even like to call, especially young black men who playing and making millions of dollars. I don't like to call anybody dumb. But the lowest IQ team, and the NBA is trying to pump them. They're second in the Western Conference. That tells you everything you need to know about this regular season. The Memphis Grizzlies are second in the West. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than the Golden State Warriors. They're not better than the LA Clippers. They're not better than the Dallas Mavericks. Oof. They're not better than the Pelicans. That team is an absolute joke. I'm so sick of the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, my God, I'm so tired of them. They're such fraudulent dudes. But then you look back at the Golden State Warriors, and you think about the day that they had. Think about the season that we've had with the Golden State Warriors.
It's my easiest show ever.
Dude. They go on 8-game homestand. They win 5 straight home games, and everybody starts podcasting.
I get paid the same. Keep going.
Yeah, I know. We don't get paid by the word. I'm
love
so frustrated.
No. So 8-game homestand. I'm paying attention.
And win 5 straight. They lose 3 straight on the back end of the homestand, and everybody's podcasting. Everybody's talking. And you think about the article that was posted yesterday with Bob Myers and Joe Lacob, and I'm just. Dear God, can we just go a week without anything happening with the Golden State Warriors?
No, because
is this the end of it?
No,
is this the end of the dynasty? Because it certainly feels like it at times.
Bonte, this is the end of actual NBA games mattering. At some point, it's all just going to be simulation. We're just going to talk about, acquisitions and transactions and officials and where this executive is going to go and hypothetical trades, and we'll never talk about the games.
Never. And that's the sad part, because down the stretch, as you just mentioned, Joe, the Warriors ran great sets and cooked the Grizzlies
and
to
also
get back into the basketball game.
And also took horrific second chance shots. Where you get a rebound, 14 seconds, you get a reset. And it's not just Jordan Poole, because he's
Clay does it too.
Clay, DiVincenzo.
They all do
I'm
it.
like, what are we doing?
Dude,
and they did. Here's the crazy thing. Their floor game was really good. Their discernment on attacking and shooting threes, I thought the balance was good yesterday.
Yeah, they only took 32 threes yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
32 of their 85 shots were threes, which is great balance for the Golden State Warriors. They're number 1 in the league when it comes to three-point attempts, number 1 in the league when it comes to three-point makes. They were very, very balanced yesterday. They get up to 33 assists. The turnovers, though. It's the turnovers. It's the fouling. It's the one thing the Warriors got to clean up. And I get the referees are all-time bad. They're all-time bad, Joe. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Referees are all-time bad.
I want to know who. Forget, you make that sentence. Who's even arguing?
Oh, Dan Dibley and Matt Simons.
Well, I mean, that's absurd.
That's just, you ask me who. Those are 2 guys who are going to do it.
Yeah, but anybody who's watching on a nightly basis, even if you have for example, I'm watching what's going on in that Memphis Laker game the other night. I'm saying, where are the officials? What's going on? Throw Shannon Sharp out of here.
And again,
I'm laughing.
It's all going to flip in the postseason when they start swallowing the whistle for these same calls. We already know what time it is.
Unless it's Draymond.
Right. But the Warriors had to do a better job.
Yeah.
And they got to stop talking to these dudes.
I agree.
You got to stop. Jordan Poole, stop talking to the refs. Steph Curry, too much. You threw the mouthpiece. All right? I agree with you. You probably shouldn't throw out your superstar with the minute 15 left. But he threw his mouthpiece.
I get it.
You got to do something.
I get it.
But if you're going to do that, you better do it to LeBron. You better do it to Luka Doncic.
They're never going to do that.
You better do it to James Harden.
Let me ask you, what's more detrimental to the watcher, the arena, and the officials? Luka incessantly arguing and complaining about calls for 40 minutes a night, or Steph throwing a
Oh,
mouthpiece.
it's Luka.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
These are the problems. I can't watch ESPN when Dallas plays because it's literally just this. It's the face of Luka.
Yeah.
As I have my mouth open and my hands up. He's just complaining all
You
game.
know what's crazy? The Dallas Mavericks are usually in a bonus. Well, like 8 minutes left in the first quarter. They lead the league in free throw attempts.
Yeah, well, they also lead the league in jarring at the officials.
And bitching and moaning.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Complaining constantly.
All day. But the Warriors are starting to do that as well.
Well, it's every team.
Dude, Steve Kerr,
Do you
Kenny
blame them?
Atkinson. Steve Kerr, Kenny Atkinson, Steph Curry's out of the game. And they're huddling over the referee talking to him. The Warriors, I need to keep their composure and stop talking to these dudes. Leave the stripes alone. Leave these dudes. They're clowns anyway. All right? They're not going to get it right. Adam Silver doesn't care. Adam Silver, where are you at, dude? You got to clean this up. I love NBA basketball.
Yeah.
I love it. I work in it. I love it. Last night, during the postgame show, I was exhausted. By the end of that game, I was exhausted. I said, what the hell did I watch?
I don't even know. But the fans were out behind you going crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing wrong with a little ganja to help you out. Nothing wrong with a little. You needed alcohol in there. I guarantee you, yesterday at Chase Center, they broke records for alcohol sales. There's no way you could get through that basketball game without being pissy drunk. Honest to God.
So we're now in unison. We're holding arms. We're walking down the street. You and I agree. The NBA is broken. The regular season, the whole thing. It's not just the schedule. It's everything baked into it is broken. And if I'm look at TNT's their contracts coming up. If I'm them, there are about 5 or 6 different things that I have to address with the league. Starting with the calendar, talking about their officials, talking about guys playing and not playing. Like I can't be paying this much. We're talking billions of dollars. Billions of dollars.
Billions.
With so many unknowns. I mean, think about this. If you're ESPN, all right? Any given night, you're advertising it for weeks on end. We've got I'm just using 2 players. Giannis versus Sabonis and Fox.
Right.
In the first quarter, if one official is rubbed the wrong way even slightly, Sabonis could be thrown out in 2 seconds.
You're right.
They would never do that to Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or any of those
things. And even in
things.
Major League Baseball, who's your star? Say it's Ronald Acuna Jr.
You're not throwing him out.
No. Carlos Correa, not Aaron Judge.
Shohei Ohtani.
Right. You're going to be cool. Mike Trout.
Verlander, how many times has Verlander stared at an umpire after not getting a pitch and snapped the ball back? And you're not throwing him out.
No, you're not. The fact that Steph was thrown out.
It's and I don't even want to hear letter of the law crap.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Bonte, I don't even want to hear it.
It was the right. Listen, it was right to throw. He can't throw his mouthpiece. I get it.
Of course.
But at the same time, it's like
wrong.
Just give him a technical.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't warrant it. This is like basically throwing a person in prison for 2 years for jaywalking. the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
No, not even close. Not even close.
But meanwhile, Luka can just complain all game, all year, every night.
Adam Silver needs to take control of this league. It's too much of just in the last week. The Shannon Sharp stuff. It all involves the Memphis Grizzlies. T. Morant, Ja's dad's walking around drunk on every road game.
Can we just call it? I love you, T. Maybe you need to take a road trip off. Yes.
Yes, please.
I mean, come on, dude. Pick and choose your spots a little better.
T. Morant, chill.
I'm done with him.
I'm done with Dylan Brooks. I'm done with Jaren Jackson Jr. All right? Brandon Clark. Desmond Bane needs more shots. If I'm Desmond Bane, I'm ticked off. I only got 17 shots yesterday. He needs 24. Dylan Brooks, 9 shots. It's 7 too many.
Every time I see Desmond Bane, I can't stop thinking about how we got fooled by the internet on that Andre Iguodala arms comment that wasn't real, that we thought was real.
I thought it was real.
That every single time I see him, I think about that.
So
my arms are real. Andre Iguodala's are fake. He got implants.
That was a good one. I think about that too.
Don't you? I can't stop thinking about it.
I didn't want to bring it up.
I just want to find that just to laugh.
Legendary flex moments.
Yeah, that was. I was like, I read out. I'm sure ball sack. Oh man, this is legit. Ball sack sports. I had to mute them, man, because they come up with some good stuff.
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. So it's.
You got a blue check now.
Did they pay for it? Anyway, all guests appear on the Butt Light Guest Light. Butt Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. I'm fired up, dude, because I don't know what the hell I watched last night. I don't even know if it feels like a win. We were all exhausted. It's like, damn, I had to sit through that, and I got to be sober for the television show. I needed something to get through that game. Some weed would have helped. Maybe I should have smoked weed during the third quarter. Damn, I'm so tired of the Memphis Grizzlies.
I'm ready to hug you like Steve Kerr hugged Kuminga last night after they called timeout.
And the Warriors. It's just it's the gift that gives on giving. I mean, Bob, everybody's got podcasts. Lakem. Is this the end of the dynasty? Is this how it's going to go down?
Well, no, we've got to have at least one trade that everyone's mad at in both directions.
Oh, wait, Jakob Poeltl, right?
Yeah.
You got to go get Jakob Poeltl. That's the answer.
And then Moody will become Antoine Jameson or something. Just something random.
Segment was brought to you by Golden State. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. I mean, Bob Myers. Remember last year, everybody would have cut Bob Myers. Fire Bob Myers. He put together a terrible roster. Now all of a sudden it's, Bob, please stay. Please stay. We need you, Bob. Which one is it?
Loveman. The only way this could get better, and I thought I heard you say this in my ear. Did you say that Bob Myers needs to announce a trade on his podcast?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go as crazy as we could possibly get.
Why not?
Who cares anymore?
And then have the guy that he's trading away as his featured guest?
I mean, this league is all about, hey, might as well go full WWE. Why not just rival the WWE? Because that's what this is becoming. That's what it's becoming.
Well, I guess then Draymond Green can be Shawn Michaels.
Might as well.
Sweet Chin Music.
Damn. Don't even get me started on the, oh, my God, you guys better not wear your Niners gear to Philadelphia because I got something for that ass about that. You saw the IG post yesterday.
No, I didn't.
People act like we're going to freaking Iraq, fighting in Pelican Bay or something. The Persian Gulf War? Oh, my gosh, Shasky and Bots are going to Ukraine to fight against the Russians or whatnot.
We're going to a sports city to watch my team play, and I'm going to have fun. Other side.
And all of a sudden, Matt Stibus is claiming Philadelphia again. Go figure.
He's not even from Philly.
No, he's not. He's from the suburbs. And if Matt Stibus talking about, hey, don't wear your jerseys, well, I'm not worried about Philadelphia then because he's one of the softest dudes out there from the East Coast. Anyway, it's coming up on the roast.
God.
We're firing clips off today, baby. It's the roast. Warriors win.